recording. The presenters are from the Horse Feathers Veterans Program at Ray of Light Farm, Jackie and Kathy, and they will have their presentation set up. Just to let everyone know again, it is being recorded. So please do not give too much personal information. And if you have questions, put them in the chat, and I will ask Jackie and Kathy your questions at the end of their presentation. Thank you very much, and it's all yours, ladies.
Thank you, Ramon. Thank you. We'd like to play a little video for you first, just so you get an idea of what our program is like. Okay, that gives you a taste of what our program is all about. So, we'll talk about it now. And so, my name is Jackie Mikowitz, and I am located.
Jackie, your voice is coming in broken up.
Okay. How do I have to shut off the video. There we go. All right, is that any better?
Yes, it is. That's good.
Okay. All
Perfect,
right.
yeah.
Thank you, Ramon. All right. Okay, this is better, everybody. Again, my name is Jackie Mikowitz. I'm the coordinator for the Horse Feathers Veterans Program. And next to me is Kathy Langarin. Kathy is the director of our program. And we are located at Ray of Light Farm in East Haddam, Connecticut. And we are called the Horse Feathers Veterans Program. We are an equine assisted therapy program for veterans and first responders. And the program's open to any veteran, whether or not you suffer from post-traumatic stress. So we help people with those kind of symptoms. And we try to make everybody as comfortable as we can at our farm. Our mission statement in our program is to promote emotional well-being for veterans and first responders. And within the framework of Ray of Light's mission statement of helping horses and inspiring people, that's what we do. So again, our farm is located on Route 82, Town Street in East Haddam, Connecticut, right around the corner from Gillette Castle State Park. It was founded about 15 years ago by Bonnie Bonjourn, who decided she wanted to give back and help animals that needed a place to live. So not only do we have about 50 horses and donkeys, we have over 100 other animals: sheep, goats, ducks, chickens, peacocks, a llama, tortoises, cows, rabbits, and guinea pigs. You can't get much more diverse than that. And we're lucky to have those because We also will, if a veteran feels uncomfortable about doing some of our equine therapy, because horses can be intimidating, they can always switch to a smaller animal, and that helps a lot too. So we serve anyone who served in the military. They don't have to be officially a veteran. Any age group. We have Vietnam vets, we have Persian Gulf vets, and also our program is open to first responders such as policemen, paramedics, and firemen, women, people. Okay. Horse Feathers offers, first and foremost, a safe environment, safe and encouraging. We stress safety. It's a really big deal at our farm. We wear helmets when we work around the horses. With COVID, we wear masks if we can't be more than 6 feet apart. So we've been really trying hard to make our program welcoming and yet keep the same personal flavor that we've had. We have a one-to-one client to volunteer ratio pretty much all the time because we have a lot of volunteers. Some of our volunteers are veterans and some of them aren't. And some of the people that have been participants in the class have turned into volunteers. So it's a really nice mix of people. We also teach people how to be with the horses. And I won't explain that. I'm going to let Kathy explain that. And she can tell you what that's all about.
So I'm Kathy. I'm the resident horse person. And so I've spent my life being around the animals and learning the benefits of interacting with them. So we call it equine therapy, but I'm not a doctor and I don't do therapy. It's the time that you spend with the animal is what helps our bodies remember how to relax. And when we talk about being safe, it's actually feeling safe. So the horses and animals, if they feel safe with us and we feel safe with them, then we're both able to relax. So it's that ability to create and promote relaxation that helps us to heal from emotional trauma. And we open our program to all veterans and first responders because I don't know of a person who's gone through a part of their life and not experienced some sort of emotional trauma. And there are many definitions, but the end result is the same, is we ask our animal friends to help with the healing and wellness. And wellness is that feeling physically, mentally, and emotionally safe and relaxed and trusting and sharing with another animal or human. So we're going to go through 5 benefits of this equine therapy. And again, the animals are the therapists, not the people. We figure out and become aware of how we're feeling. Like, I feel safe, I don't feel safe. I have confidence and trust in doing this, or I don't. And that's where we really give people free rein to interact with a llama instead of a horse, or a horse, or even just sit in the garden and listen to the trees or listen to one of the horses munching grass, which I always find relaxing. What are the communication skills? What are the, so horses have boundaries. They have personal space. People have personal space. So what are the boundaries? And when you enter into a horse's space, how does that feel to you? And then we teach them about the horse's body language and how do the horses tell us how it feels to them, and that create that communication. And if we are feeling fearful, if an animal is feeling fearful, how do we negotiate that? How do we discuss it using a common language without going into defense or dominance or crossing boundaries, and getting back to feeling relaxed, and how to communicate that with another person. Feelings of trust. Once you feel safe, then you can build and grow from there. So if you feel safe, you recognize the boundaries, you create an opportunity for communication, then you can build trust and overcome fears. And we have an awful lot of fun doing it.
That we do.
It's not a serious group at all.
All right, let's see what happened here.
All right, so we're going to talk about 3 basic concepts. Horses teach us how to feel safe, have trust, and share respect. So we're sharing a few pictures of some of the volunteers and veterans sharing time with the horses. The big black horse is Bonnie, and you know, I mean, it's just the size and the power of an animal can sometimes cause fear or have you just imagine working with that animal and having them befriend you and invite you into their personal space. And there's scientific research that shows that just being in that personal space with an animal will help to lower your blood pressure and lower your heart rate. So we investigate things like that. Think like a horse. Horses talk through their body language. So if their head is up, they're in adrenaline and in resistance. If their head is down, they're creating endorphins and feel better. And when you're with a relaxed horse, your body will relax also and lower your heart rate. It's as simple as that. We don't have to do anything. One of the activities that we've chosen is to teach driving, and both we do ground driving, which is following behind the horse, practicing the skills, and cart driving, or then we hitch up to the cart and have fun with that. And putting the harness on and understanding the logistics of that is a challenge, but again, it's kind of fun, and the animals really volunteer to do this. They really enjoy the interaction with each and every person, and we spend a lot of time making sure that the horse is ready for the work, that we recognize how they feel also, that they're physically able to do the job, that they're mentally, they know what their job is, and emotionally they're relaxed and ready to work with any individual that we ask them to. That's our partnership. Some of the individual skills is learning horse care, how to brush a horse, how to stand next to a horse. Horses have blind spots, and just learning how to walk up to a horse in a way where he can see you. How to handle that horse, put a halter on him and lead him. Again, it requires partnership where you're inviting the horse to be with you instead of dominating that horse and moving them by pulling on them. Grooming, it sounds simple, but there are places the horses like to be touched and places they might not want to be touched. So using touch as a benefit so that you are relaxing them, they are relaxing you, and you're finding places that are itchy or tight that need grooming and massaging. In the round pen, the horse learns how to respond to your body language. So you learn how to present body language in a way the horse understands. You're thinking like a horse. Even stable management, knowing when the horse needs water, when he can have grass, when he's ready for work, when he's not ready for work, and learning how to assess that and listen to the horses. Harnessing, each of our horses has a different harness and a different cart, and just learning some of the different principles that go along with that. And ground driving is really fun, and we go in the woods, you can go anywhere. And then getting in a cart, and actually we set up little cones courses and we zip around going through the cones and laughing hysterically when we run over the cones.
Yeah, I'm famous for that. We have a few pictures here, about 20 or so, that we'd want to show you that gives you an idea of what our program is. This is Sandy the mule, And here Jeff is driving with, oh, I don't know who that is. I can't quite see the face. Anyway, we have a nice trail on our property. We have about 35 acres, and we have a great wooded trail that's perfect for driving horses on. And Sandy here, who is a mule, by the way, loves to pull people around. So here they are having a good time in the woods. This is Emily. She is a donkey, and she's a very therapeutic donkey. She just loves people. One of our veterans, Eileen, really got attached to Emily, and so we put Eileen's name on the stall and called Emily Dr. Emily because she does so much good for so many people. Here we are with 3 of our veterans and or volunteers and 3 of our minis, and we're all driving in our carts. We have a llama. Unfortunately, one of these llamas has passed away this year, but those are our veterans working with the llamas. And our llamas are very, very calm animals. They don't spit like most people think, and they're very nice to work around, and they love people.
I'll just say one thing about working with the llamas. And again, what we do is we want to challenge we want to challenge curiosity, because if you're curious, that's a positive feeling. So the veterans here walked the llamas around the farm and discovered by accident that the llamas would walk up to the mares, the female horses, but would avoid the male horses, the geldings, and kind of all over the farm. And again, there's 50 horses, and they would lead them around and see who the llamas wanted to say hello to. And each time they picked a mare and not a gelding. And that was, and it wasn't important, but it's interesting, and they were curious about it. And it's the kind of thing that we call having fun, that it's fascinating and wonderful, and you get to be a part of the animal's life.
This is one of our minis, just showing him in his stall. Our horses have nice, big, comfortable stalls. They're very well treated. Sometimes they get a little too fat, so we have to cut down on their feed. But they're all very well treated here at Ray of Light.
Well, and the reason the horse is in the background, that's Fabian. So Cote is Fabian's support animal. And so we took some, this is what I mean by listening to the horses. If Fabian couldn't see Cote, he would be nervous. And as long as he could see him, he would be calm and peaceful. And it's that kind of listening to the little things about how we feel, and not just how the humans feel, but how the animals feel.
Okay, here's our Z-donk on the left. It's kind of hard to see, but her name is Fancy Pants, and she's actually striped. She's a cross between a zebra and a donkey, and she's very old now, and she came to us a long time ago. And her best friend is Rosa, and if she can't see Rosa, then she gets very anxious. So every time we turn them out in the paddock or in the indoor arena, we have to turn Rosa out with Fancy Pants. This is Bullwinkle. Bullwinkle is a very big mule. I mean, he's a big mule, and he's a gentle giant. He is the nicest, sweetest, most loving animal you'll ever want to meet. And it's very difficult to get him to trot like that because he's lazy. Oh, this is Stella. Stella is actually a he. This is our giant tortoise. She's always fun. Veterans love to look at her. She kind of lumbers around. She has a nice indoor-outdoor pen. We keep her warm in the winter, and she does just fine. There's Bullwinkle again with Drew. This is one of our chickens. This is Cuddles, right? Is that Cuddles? Yeah, Cuddles.
And Cuddles was, he went to the 4-H, Connecticut 4-H show and won Best in Show. And so he's a fancy little chicken. And our 4-H club works with him and decided to dress him in a little scarf and take his picture this day. So he just wanted to check in and say hi.
Oh, this is Gopher. Unfortunately, we didn't get much snow last winter, but we've been dying to hitch Gopher up to our toboggan. So We had just a touch of snow, and we tried, but it was kind of hard for him to pull Carol around on the toboggan.
We're ready for a snowstorm.
Yeah, these are the kind of crazy things we do in our program, and they're a lot of fun. This is Sandy the mule that you saw in the video. She was pulling Jeff around in the video. And that is Emma, who is also a mule. Emma is owned by a local dentist who rides her all over creation. They trail her over to Herd Park and they ride there, and they're a great team.
I was just going to say a little bit about where the animals come from. Ray of Light, in addition to hosting the Horse Feathers program, is a rescue. And so some of the animals are compassionately signed over to the farm. And Emma came for rehabilitation and needed a forever home. So she found that at the farm. Sandy came from Amish country and pulled the plow for many years until she was probably tired of doing that. And so all of the animals have different backgrounds, just like we all do. And it's nice to get to know their story and a little bit about them and how much how the farm has helped them. So we do, we provide homes, and we provide rehabilitation, we provide sanctuary for the rest of their lives, or we help them find adopted homes or people to take care of them.
Oh, this is Eunice. Eunice is one of our newest arrivals. She came in, she was born in July of last year, 2019. She's a mini donkey, and she just has fit in very well at our place. And she is the boss of all the big horses. She turns around and tries to kick them, but they kind of look at her funny. But she's got a lot of spunk. She's a blast. The public loves her. By the way, our farm is open to the public right now on Thursdays through Sunday. And the Veterans Program runs on Wednesday mornings when the farm is not open to the public. And of course, there's a reason for that. We want as much privacy as possible with our Veterans Program. We have our own separate area. It runs on Wednesday mornings from 10 to 1. If there is enough interest in putting together an evening session, we will certainly do that. But for now, we have our Wednesdays. The program runs all year because we have an indoor arena. So if it's inclement weather, we work in the arena, except for July and part of August, because those are hot months, and the cold months, January and February. We take those months off, mostly for the animals' sake. Okay, one more thing, there is no charge for our program. We foot the bill for it. It does cost money for us to keep the animals there, but we consider this a community service, so it is a free program at the moment.
So Ray of Light Farm has been in existence for over 15 years, and it's a nonprofit. So people donate to the farm, and they donate to Horse Feathers program to help support the animals and support our programs.
Okay, just a few pictures. This is okay.
So that's Bonnie again. Again, this is it's just that you can see in this horse's face. Horses have 5 senses: tasting, touching, and then intuition or 6th sense. And here she's connecting through touch. You can see that she's relaxed her eye. We call it a soft eye. She's connecting through touch with the person's hand. And this picture just kind of captured the moment. And again, you can't tell an animal to do this, just like you can't make somebody make a connection with another human. This horse is connecting with this person because she wants to, and she's sharing compassion and love.
Okay, this is Bjorn. He's a wonderful pulling horse. He is called a Norwegian Fjord. That's his breed. Technically, they're from Norway. He's a big-bodied, wonderful pulling horse because he has so much bulk to him, and he's very strong. And people love to drive him. He's just a wonderful horse. He does wonders. And he's also great to groom and to be around. He's a nice, gentle horse.
So, and we find that the horses, certain horses are good at teaching. Bjorn's a good teacher. And you'll have to come see what we mean. I'm not sure I can give more details on how an animal teaches, but Bjorn is patient, kind, compassionate, and he helps you learn how to be with the horses. I included this slide because this is Snow, and he's kind of the opposite of Bjorn. And I think it's important that horses aren't always kind and compassionate. Sometimes they feel wild and out of control. Snow came from an industry that took his mother away and made him an orphan. And he came to us at about 5 days old. And now he's about 8 years old. And he's a powerful, explosive, brilliant mind. And he may end up in the movies at some point. But he was just always busy and slightly out of control. And this is just, he's a 1,000-pound animal. And this kind of just picture captures the power and beauty of a 1,000-pound horse.
By the way, the line that's on him is not, nobody is pulling on it. It's called a lunge line, and he goes in circles around someone who stands in the middle. And he's pulling on the line versus somebody pulling on him. So he's not, believe me, he's not hurting. He's just being a little crazy.
Well, he's cantering, so he's going pretty fast around the arena. And this is kind of the opposite. This is Rosebud is one of our rescues, and this was her baby. She was rescued, and she came with a foal at her side, and she was pregnant with another foal. And so this is her and her foal, and she's just a kind, compassionate, loving creature that needed caring. And she received that at the farm. And now Rosebud is Eunice's auntie.
Right. This just shows you a little bit more of our trail. We have lots of events around the holidays as fundraising events. And one of our events is a Halloween drive. And this is Sandy pulling a cart right by all the scary Halloween figures, and it doesn't seem to faze her in the least. We have some very good, stable, gentle horses that don't get fazed easily, and that's important.
When we get out in the woods, just because we enjoy it, and the horses enjoy being in the woods also. Ima is, this horse's name is Ima. She's a draft cross, and she's kind of a mascot. She represents the farm. And again, kind, gentle, loves people, rescued at 6 months old. She's now, I think, 11. And she just helps represent the farm and who we are and what we do. And she's just amazingly beautiful.
Okay, this is actually two of our veterans. Jeff is a volunteer and Eileen is a participant. And they're taking a ride in the indoor arena, as I was saying before. In inclement weather, we have a place to drive the horses indoors. And looks like they're not having too bad a time here. Hey, in addition to interacting with the horses, if a veteran doesn't really care to interact with a horse, and we have minis, and then we have the larger horses. So we usually start out with minis if there's any nervousness or trepidation. And in the end, if a veteran really doesn't like the equine aspect of the program, we have lots of other animals. One of our veterans really took to the guinea pigs last year, and she does a lot with them. There are all kinds of animals. You see Dave there on the right with Zoya, our farm cat.
And I was just going to say about the activities, it really serves a purpose because our animals, we work with our animals quite a bit. So handling the guinea pigs helps get them ready to be socially ready to be handled by, we teach people how to pet by holding a guinea pig. The chickens need to be socialized. The tortoises have to have their shells washed. The rabbits get socialized. So it actually, interacting with any of the animals helps the farm and is fun for the participants.
A few years ago, we started a garden There are a few veterans who sometimes would rather just garden instead of being with the animals. So they asked if they could start a garden, and everybody helped build it. And they grow lots of produce. We've been selling the produce every weekend this past summer and fall. You can see all the produce we have there in the wagon. And when the public comes on weekends, we set up a table, and whatever we make goes to the Veterans Program.
Our apple tree even has apples this year.
Yes. Okay. To contact Horse Feathers, here's the contact information. You can phone or text me, or you can go to our website, rayoflightfarm.org. If you just remember that, then you'll find the Horse Feathers program. But we're called rayoflightfarm.org, and we have an email address also. We're very happy with our Horse Feathers program. We've been doing it for 5 years now. We have between 8 and 10 veterans at every session, which is just a perfect amount. We all help each other with our tasks. Everybody's willing to work. We don't require any of the messy work like stall work. And right now we concentrate on driving and not riding. There may come a time in the future when we also will offer riding. But that's our program, and okay, it's about a half an hour.
We can take some questions.
Yeah, we can take some questions if you like.
All right, this is Ramon. We do not have any written chat questions.
Okay.
Just to let you know that, I don't know if you saw it on your screen, there was blinking on the screen.
Yes. Yeah, I don't know what's wrong.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
Okay.
It's a PPSX file, maybe that's why. PPTS, rather. Anyway.
So at this time, I guess I will stop the recording.
Okay.
Thank you, Ramon.
I have a question.
All right.
How long does this program run for with the veteran?
It runs, you mean time-wise? It's 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Wednesdays.
So we do sessions.
We do sessions. We do 6 weeks or 8-week sessions.
Okay.
But we found that anyone that wants to continue, we have the room, the space, and the time. We just have the same people continuing and learning. Some people do come and go. We've had groups from Rocky Hill, and then we've had other groups from West Haven. So we have the room and the space and the time to accommodate everybody so far. So
so in other words, if a person comes in the middle of a session, we can accommodate them. They don't have to start right at the beginning of the session.
So yeah, it's pretty flexible what we do and how we do it.
Yeah. Does that answer your question?
Yes, yes. And you're down by, you said Gillette Castle then?
Yes, right on Route 82. That's called Town Street. Just up from our farm is the River Road, which is the road that Gillette Castle is located on. If anybody ever wants to come and visit, again, we're open on Thursday through Sunday just to see the farm. We have a lot of public visiting us, and you'll get an idea of what we're like.
Yeah, or if you can really contact us and set up a time to come and visit.
Okay, so just call that phone number that's listed here on the screen.
Right.
Very nice. Thank you.
Very welcome. We hope to see you.
Oh, yes. Yes, I enjoy the animals.
Yeah, and for families also. So, come Thursday through Sunday, bring your family.
Yeah, we have to say, of course, that the Veterans Program is only for adults right now, is only for veterans. It's not a family program when we actually have our sessions. So I wanted to make that clear.
But we're also in, this is a time when we're revising programs and adding to programs. So we would love to consider family programs also, or any kind of program. We're always asking for feedback about programs that you might be interested in.
You have quite a varied program there from what I've seen from other places, and quite a few different animals too to facilitate things. So I think that's great.
Yeah, so we found that being flexible is one of our greatest strengths, and we don't worry about we read and get feedback from others and help people find the ways that best relaxes them.
Mm. You've got an abundance of animals too. Wow.
Actually, we just got 5 donkeys in last Friday that are a rescue from another part of Connecticut. And their owner is elderly and couldn't care for them anymore. So we have 5 small donkeys that just came in, and they're adorable.
Wow.
Yeah, and one of our veteran volunteers is coming every day and acclimating them to humans. So there's so many opportunities to both give back and to feel better. You know, and these donkeys are friendly and happy and just a little bit starved for attention.
Right.
And they need a new home. So the more easily they acclimate to a different environment, the easier it'll be to help them find a home.
Right. So it's 10 to 1 every Wednesday morning for the veteran.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Well, great. Thank you. That's I enjoyed your presentation. That was it was very good.
Thank you very much.
I will be in touch.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
All right, now I'll stop the recording.
Okay.
Let it stop it then. But thank you very much, ladies.
All right.
Thank
Welcome.
you.
It was our pleasure.
I think